So we are playing some Thor or Survivors at War. It is a red versus blue game, the first to 50 million points. The way you score points is by occupying buildings, gathering points, killing zombies, or killing other players, or holding the arsenal and getting the arsenal bonuses. So let's move this over here a minute. Let me change this over. Okay, so let's move that there. Okay, so the map is divided into 4 grids, 1, 2, 3, 4. To teleport into one of these areas, you need to be holding the command center. In this map, there are 2 command centers, one in the bottom, one in the top. By holding this bottom command center, you can teleport into the right or left bottom squares, and if you hold the top one, right and left top one. There are 2 arsenals that can be held, and they give bonus points at set intervals throughout the game. If we click on them, I don't know if the timer started. There we go. So the next occupation reward is in 4 minutes and 10 seconds. And that's throughout the game. So you get that reward if you are currently in possession of the arsenal at the time. If you're in the middle of capturing the arsenal, so if we look now, so where you're getting this occupied countdown, if we hit that 4 minute 10 second during one of these cooldowns, nobody gets a reward. So you have the opportunity to look at when the arsenal bonuses are going to pay out and potentially knock people out of it, start the countdown for arsenal, and nobody gets the rewards, which is quite a good thing to do. If you know that you won't be able to hold the arsenal, you can just look to reset the arsenal to prevent anyone getting those extra points. We've got guard towers, and they give you bonuses for when you attack and defend the arsenal. These are the supply stations where you can gather to get points, so there's plenty of those dotted around the map. You have the ammo depots, which give you bonus to your attack and defense. So there's one up there, and there should be one down here. So they give you 20% attack and defense. So if you hold one of them, you're getting 20% attack and 20% defense. And if the other team's got the same, they get the same. So they cancel each other out. But if you hold both, you're getting 40% attack and 40% defense. And the other team is getting nada. So it's really good if you can potentially hold both of those. It makes a massive difference to your team. The other 2 buildings we've got here are the March speed buildings. So as you can see here, you got 50% March speed, and in that gas station, as well as having the March speed, you get some adrenaline. That's basically just your bread when you're playing this zone. So as you can see, our team has captured this bottom command center, so potentially you can teleport forward. I'm going to jump over there, sit next to Batman. I'm going to just hit some zombies a minute, score a few points. So let's have a look at the teams. So the breakdown on the teams. We've got Big Tex, the biggest, baddest, meanest account in our bracket. We've got Batman, who is equally just as mean, but not quite as mean. We got JJ, we got Zeno, Castile. Hopefully Castile has sorted himself out, isn't going to be suiciding his formations into people just to score points and climb the board. That's pretty much it. And the other side, obviously, we've got Bad over there, who's got a fairly decent account. And a little Furro, my little fur, on the enemy side. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just drop a formation into here, and I'm going to strip it down to just a few troops and put it in there. The reason I'm putting a small formation in there is it gives the garrison bonus to the big player that sat in the front, which is Tex. So as you can see, Tex is in there. I've joined at number 5, and because I'm in there as well, we've now got 25% bonus. You can get them people filling in the spare formation behind. If we sort of have a look at the formations that are in there, Tex hopefully will hold most hits with his big Zeke formation. Castile's got his T10s in there. We've got one person with 1 troop, pretty much doing what I'm doing, is just in there to do the extra buff for the team. We've got another T10 sat in there, so we've got quite a few big chunky T10s in there. Let's send my other formation over here. In this one, you've got Batman. He's got his T10s. We've got another T10 player there. We've got another one troop, another one troop. So these people are just there to give that extra bonus, which is perfect. We've got T10s, but a very small formation. Oh, as you can see, it just got hit. Batman's got knocked out. And the other players. The benefit there of having those one troops in there from those small players is they potentially knew they weren't going to be able to hold the formation and the attack. But they were in there just to give that bonus to the bigger players that were in there. And if they did get knocked out, they're not costing the team any points. Whereas if they were to put a largish formation in there, a poor largest formation, let me just send these two off. So let's have a look at this gas station. So Porky's in there with his tyrants. Texas over there. So where you've got Vom, I'm going to call him Vom. Vom, that's your new name. Vom, I'm calling you Vom. Where you got Vom's formation in there, it's only 1,800. It's not too bad. He could have set it to 1, but he's thrown just a small few troops in there just to, again, give the buff and not give any kill points over. So far, I haven't seen anyone that's overstacking with bad formations. This is quite unbelievable for one of these games. Let's have a look in this one. Oh, I can't see it in that one. Let's have a little scout in there anyway. Guard Tower 3. So, who've we got guard attacking? I reckon. So, Furrow is hitting this guard tower 3 here. The players in there will get a warning that someone's attacking, and because it's Fur and it's a big formation, they should know they're probably going to lose it, and they should now be running away. They should be pulling their formations out, because if they don't, all that's going to happen is Fur's going to hit it, kill them, score a fuck ton of kill points, and still capture the building. If those two players had looked at what was incoming because they had the flashing red button of doom on their screen and looked at it and thought, actually, he's going to win this. I'm just going to pull. If they had pulled, Fur would have taken a building but scored no kill points. Instead, he hits the building, kills them, gets a huge amount of kill points, and still catches the building. This is why people have to think about what's also attacking them and ponder, actually, is it safe to stay or should I be potentially running away? So let's just garrison with a single troop in here. Send that one over. The other thing to do is if you're going to attack somewhere, if you're big tech, you could afford just to hit people because you'll probably win. Same with Fur. But for me, I've got a tiny little shitty T10 force, so I need to check what's in a building before I touch it. So let's have a look in there. So, I'm going to give it a wallop just to see what happens. We're going to do this as a tester. So as you can see, I've got a flashing little red knives to say there's incoming. The incoming's from Harmless, so I can see. I can click on it to see actually what that incoming is, so I can see that it's a Zeke. I can have a look at where it's going. So he's attacking my gathering site. He's going to beat me on my gathering site. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to walk away. The reason being, there's no point giving him 3 points. Again, I've got a little X here. This is at my guard tower that I've just taken. Someone's hit it and they've bounced off. I've got another incoming. That's the command center. I know very well I've only got a 1 troop at the command center, so I'm not too worried about that. Let's have a look in here. So I've got a couple of garrison formations behind me. I would probably question why this person is sending 16,000 troops with this formation. I would say this is potentially a person's F2, and if it's your F2, the people we're playing on this map will smash that easily. And again, you're just going to give away kill points for no reason. When we're talking about kill points, let's have a look. So as we can see, I attacked the guard tower here. So let's do that. So you can see that there were quite a few people in there. I hit them and I won. And when we talk about kill points, what we're looking at is on this report, you can see that the enemy team scored 41,000 kill points, but I scored 272 kill points by ploughing into that building. This is why it's just so important to actually look at what is incoming and whether you're going to win it. What should have happened is a couple of those people should have recorded their formations. They should have looked to see that I was coming, saw that I was coming, knew that their formation wasn't going to hold, and pulled their formation back. They didn't pull it back. They cost themselves points. Right. Let's actually do something with my F2. Let's go do some gathering. We'll put my F4 back in with one troop. Let's have a look at people garrisoning. So this player is what you do not want on your team when you're playing either SAW or RZT. You've got 14,000 troops here. They are T9s on a map where you have massive amounts of big, strong T10 players. They are just going to get eaten. They're not going to hold. They're not going to give you any benefit. They are just going to die. That player, oh, there you go. They've died. That player, that player could have done just as much by putting a single troop in. Actually, he would have done more by putting a single troop in there. Why? Because he would have still given the buff over to the building, but he wouldn't have cost the team kill points. And this is what this game is also about. It's about whether you're giving kill points. So let's see, we can probably see the report from that one. So that was command center. So as you can see, our team got 158,000 kill points. That was mainly probably from Big Tex murdering people. There you go, Big Tex was murdering people. But the attacker scored 183,000. So he benefited from that attack. He scored more points than he gave away. And that was simply because of, not with Tex, but simply because of this player here. If this player here wasn't in there, you would have probably found that actually, from a point of view, our team would have scored better. So this is why people have to think about what formations they've got in buildings and whether they keep it there. I got a little flashing thing. So he's attacking the arsenal. I think it's just my crappy formate. Yeah, it's a one troop in the arsenal, so that's not going to do any damage for me. Let's look at who's in there. This player's probably going to take a lot of heat as long as Tex can hold. Tex didn't hold, so it went straight through, killed everyone else, so that other player gave away a huge amount of kill points. These three guys, these were all in the spare formation because the attack can only clear the first 5. If Bad, when he was hitting that, had sent his second formation as well, he would have not only cleared the building, he would have cleared the spares as well and taken it. Just attacking with one force when there's more than 5 units in a building means you're not going to catch it, and it's a waste of time apart from the kill points. So let's have a look at how the kill points looked. So our team got the 88,000, he got 267,000, so a fuck ton of points. A good chunk of those points was obviously off of Tex, but most of those points would have come off Charlotte 1. Again, because it's a weak formation, would have taken most of the damage. Right, better go back to doing something. Any gathering sites free? No. Let's send off some kill zombies with my F2. We'll put a one troop back in here. We'll put a one troop. Here we go. So there's one formation coming for this building now. It's going to potentially kill everyone. This player is there again. Hopefully they'll win this time, but I don't think they will. No, as you can see, they got knocked out. Oh, they're still slightly alive. But again, it's looking at whether you are giving kill points away for no reason. I'm going to send one troop in there just to give the extra buffs. I've got incoming on my guard tower, so I can see it's a melee. I think I might be able to hold that. Let's see this other one. Two. I probably wouldn't be able to hold both. I've got one landing at 22, so I might try and be cheeky and take one kill. Who else is in there? So what I might do is I'll take a hit from one, hopefully hold that, and then I'm going to recall before the second one hits because I know I'll be far too damaged to do anything versus a second. So there you go. So first one hit, I didn't hold it, but enemies kill points 79,000 versus our 121,000. So we were plus. If I left my formation in there for that second hit, it definitely would have died and just given away kill points for no reason. So again, it is watch what's incoming, and if you can't hold it, make sure you're pulling out. Let's just send it over here. So I'm going to go back into that guard tower. I'm pretty sure I know what's in there, but of course, better do a quick scout before I land. So yeah, I could quite easily kill that, I should think. I should. So again, what should have happened there was, as you can see, he got 13,000 kill points. I got 77. He had no reason to keep his formation in there. He's just given away 3 kill points and lost a building. He could have just lost a building in the first place. It would have been a lot better and a better actually return. We've got a guard tower here that's getting hit. Let's have a look. So we've got 16,000 T10s. Hopefully he's looked at what's incoming. So we'll see what happens. Did he look at to check what's coming? Probably, because he's still alive. Let's have a look at the arsenal. So I'm going to send an extra spare formation, one troop in there. And what I will say is, while I'm doing this, well done, Castile. You have started using the one troop. Brilliant improvement from yesterday's. We had 2 games where Castile was just putting massive formations into buildings and they were just dying. But Castile isn't doing that now, so a thumbs up to Castile. Good work today. So, as you can see, we got hit in the building. Enemy got 322,000 kill points. We got 11. So they got a huge amount of points. And let's have a look why. So, reason being, first off, we've got T9s in there. A fuck ton of T9s. How many T? 14,000 T9s. What are they going to do? It's this player again, just giving away 3 points to the other team. Let's have a look. We've also got Charlotte. Again, not the strongest formation and character, not a maxed vehicle. So this is not an F1. It's got to be an F2. Should have looked at what was incoming and pulled out, knowing that obviously Bad's formations are a lot stronger and going to smash it. Let's see what Eric had. Just 500. Eric was just there just to give buffs to the building and do the right thing. Jay, 18,000. Let's have a look. Max truck. Probably isn't his F1. Again, just filling a building. Again, should have looked at what was incoming and pulled that formation out because he's quite weak versus someone like Bad. And where people are playing these games often, they should be aware of who in the other team is strong and not. We see each other enough in games like Saw and the Bitter End, so we know who the big players are and what sort of formations they are running. So there isn't really much excuse apart from just being lazy. So let's throw a one-troop garrison in. Let's have a look at what else is in there. So again, Charlotte's in there, fairly weak formation, but he got big text behind. But again, that's not his main formation. He's possibly taken some damage already. Castile, I was saying Castile was doing really well, but now Castile's just dumped 2,000 in there. No point putting 2,000 in there. Just stick 1,000. Just stick one in there. Again, we got 300. Again, you could have just put one. I'm not going to whinge about it though. We got 15k on a fairly weak formation. What this player needs to do is they need to be checking what is incoming and make a determination of whether they can potentially hold or not. Otherwise, they are going to cost a fair few points. We've got some incoming. That's at my guard tower, so I can have a look at it. I'm reasonably happy that a 6, and an 8 melee I can hold. Dog is roughly the same. My vehicle's slightly stronger. Warcart, his Warcart's better, but I'm anti-cavalry. I'm cavalry, so I'm anti-troop anyway. That obviously, I've got a T9, T10, tiny little formation now hitting me. Don't give a crap, I'll stay there for that one. So let's have a look at the one that just hit. So there we can see he got 14,000 points. I got 108,000 points for just sitting there and taking it because I knew what was incoming. Let's have a look. I'm not going to run from obviously this. This again is 7,000 troops just going to, 8,000 troops just going to pile into me and just give me 3 points. Oh, I think Simba rushed me. Nope. So Bad is attacking command center, so let's go and have a look at how the command center is set up. So let's have a look at the garrison. So this player is T9 is going to die to bats. J is going to die to bats. They all died to Bad. There was no point in them being in the building. They've just given away 3 points. And what we'll do is we'll have a look at the report and we can confirm. So not that one. So as you can see, no, it's not that one. Guard Tower Command Center. So it's this command center. So you can see he took 254,000 points. We got 144. And as you can see, the only person that actually held in was Tex. Everyone else just gave away 3 points. I didn't, because I have 1 troop in there. So I was just there to give the buff. But this is why people have to think about what they've got in there. So let's have a look at these formations. So my formation was 1 troop, didn't give away any points. This player had 3 troops, didn't really give away any points. This player is one I was talking about earlier, and again had 19,000 troops in there that weren't going to hold against Bad and lost 7,000. So that's the majority of the points where Bad was scoring. Right, let's have a look at what's in the guard tower, because while my back was turned and I was talking, someone snuck in there. So we've got 18,000. Shooters I don't like, but it's not an overly strong formation. So, I was going to hit it, but now support has arrived. So before I hit it, let's just have a quick scout, see if it's actually worth hitting. Seems to be loads of lines going to it now. Start heading that way while my scout gets there. So Harmless I think I could probably beat. Denny's not too bad. So I'm gonna hit it and we'll see what happens. We'll see if I cost the team points. Hopefully I won't. I say hopefully. No, there you go. So straight in, 195,000 points for me, 34,000 for them. They should have looked what was incoming and made a call. I've got incoming here. I'm happy to take that hit, as I'm fairly sure I can hold it. We will find out. Put my one troop back in here. Yep, my formation held fine. There we go, victory. It is so important thinking about what is coming, what's going to attack you. Too many people are just trying to go up the leaderboard. So if you think this is what people are chasing, the rank points, and there's no point, because actually a lot of these players that are chasing the rank points are actually giving away probably more points than they're earning. So I scored 5 million points. How many points did I actually give away in that match? Not a whole lot. The only big formations I had out was my F1. That was the only one potentially anyone scored points off of, and all of those exchanges, I was positive rather than negative on those exchanges. Whereas we we know that Charlotte might have 500,000 more points than me, but we also know, looking at some of those reports, that actually that player costs the team a huge amount of points as well. And this is why it's so important in things like SAW, RZT, and RZ to actually consider the combat and the kill points. Look at what's incoming, look at what's going to attack you, and if you know you can't win, withdraw your formation, because all that will happen is you'll lose a building. Stay there and you'll lose the building anyway, but you'll give those kill points across. Don't chase the leaderboard, it's a team game. Don't be a selfish shit. That's my golden rule anyway. As always, thank you for watching. Hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you soon.